Dear students, in this class, we will see about the factors affecting the intensity of rotational spectral lines. We have seen that the selection rule for rotational transitions is given by delta J equals plus or minus 1, where delta J is the change in the rotational quantum number. For the transition other than delta J equals plus or minus 1, which are forbidden, the transition probability is 0. But the probability of all changes with delta J equals plus or minus 1 is almost the same. That is, they are all equally likely to occur. But this does not mean that all spectral lines will be equally intense. In a normal gas sample, there will be different number of molecules in each level, and hence different total number of molecules will carry out transition between the various levels. Selection rule is delta J equals plus or minus 1, which is a transition probability. Since the intrinsic probabilities are identical, we can say that the intensities of rotational lines will be directly proportional to the initial numbers of molecules in each level. Now we have to see what are the factors that govern the initial number of molecules or the population of molecules in each level. The first factor governing the population of the level is the Boltzmann distribution. We know that the rotational energy in the lowest level is 0 since J equals 0. So if we have N0 molecules in the lowest level, that is J is equal to 0 state, then the number in any higher state is given by Nj by N0 equals exponential minus Ej by Kt, where E is the rotational energy of the jth level, K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature. And this can also be written as exponential minus Bhc J into J plus 1 by Kt, where B is the rotational constant, H is the Planck's constant, C is the velocity of light, and J is the rotational quantum number. For example, with J equals 1, let B equals 2 cm inverse at a room temperature of 300 Kelvin. Then we can calculate the ratio N1 by N0 equals exponential minus the value of B, 2 into the Planck's constant 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into the velocity of light 3 into 10 raised to 10 centimeter per second into J plus 1. So 1 into 2 divided by 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23, the Boltzmann constant, into temperature 300. Now this will be approximately equal to 0.98. So the ratio of N1 by N0 is 0.98, that is approximately equal to 1. It means that there are almost as many molecules in the J is equal to 1 state as in the J equal to 0 state. In this graph, Nj by N0 is plotted against a rotational quantum number. Now this shows a more rapid decrease of Nj by N0 with increasing J, that is with increasing rotational quantum number and with larger B. This line shows the decrease of Nj by N0 with increasing J at a B value of 5 cm inverse. Now the second line shows the decrease of Nj by N0 at a B value of 10 cm inverse. So with increase in B and increase in J, Nj by N0 ratio decreases rapidly. The second factor governing the population of the energy levels is the possibility of degeneracy in the energy states. Degeneracy means the existence of 2 or more energy states which have exactly the same energy. We know that the rotational energy is quantized. That means it can have only certain values. In terms of angular momentum, P, we can write P equals root of J into J plus 1 into H by 2 pi, If we take h by 2 pi as the fundamental unit of angular momentum, then P can be written as P equals root of j into j plus 1 units. Now this angular momentum P is a vector quantity, that is, it has direction as well as magnitude. So the number of different directions which an angular momentum vector may take up is limited by a quantum mechanical law, which may be stated as: for integral values of the rotational quantum number j, the angular momentum vector may only take up directions such that its component along a given reference direction is 0 or an integral multiple of angular momentum units. Okay, that means for a given value of j, the angular momentum vector can have only certain values, either 0 or an integral multiple of the angular momentum units. For example, if the rotational quantum number j equals 1, the angular momentum vector will have 3 different directions. That is either 0, plus 1 or minus 1. Thus, the angular momentum vector in this case can be oriented in only 3 different directions with reference to the reference direction. One is to the top, other to the bottom, and the other one is 0. All 3 rotational directions, since they are associated with the same angular momentum, they are also associated with the same rotational energy. Thus, j equal to 1 level is 3-fold degenerate, or we say the degree of degeneracy is 3. Similarly, for j equals 2, there will be 5 different orientations: plus 2, plus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. And for j equals 3, we'll have 7 different orientations. If j equals 2, it will be 5-fold degenerate. And if j equal to 3, then it will be 7-fold degenerate. So in general, each energy level is 2j plus 1 fold degenerate. So we can say that although the molecular population in each level decreases exponentially, the number of degenerate energy levels available increases rapidly with j. So with increasing j, the initial number of molecules or the population of molecules in each level will decrease, but the degree of degeneracy will increase with increasing j value. So the total relative population at an energy Ej will be proportional to 2j plus 1, which is the degree of degeneracy, 2j plus 1 into exponential minus Ej by kt. If we differentiate this equation and setting dnj by dj equals 0, we get the value of j for which the population is maximum, which is given by j equals root of kt by 2 hcb minus 1 by 2. This equation gives the j value at which there will be maximum population and hence the most intense line. So in this graph, we can see that when 2j plus 1 into exponential minus ej by kt is plotted against the rotational quantum number j, we can see that the population rises to a maximum and then diminishes. And this maximum point is given by the j value, j equals root of kt by 2 hcb minus 1 by 2. We have seen that the intensities of rotational lines are directly proportional to the population of the rotational energy levels. Hence, it is clear that transition between levels with very low or very high j values will have small intensities, while the intensity will be a maximum at or near the j value given by this equation.